All right, we got another walking and talking. This one is from Wookie. I'd like to hear about your favorite series, movies, in a future episode of Walking and Talking. Okay, dokie. Let's see what we got here. It's kind of zany. Othello, cool. Shakespeare fan, maybe. Uh, favorite series and movies. Series, right off the bat, probably the best series I ever saw was Breaking Bad. My wife hasn't seen it, and at some point I'll have to revisit that. That's not something I think I can just jump back into, even though it's been years and years, because I remember so much. But I remember just being. That's a double. That's a double. Um, One of just the best shows ever. If you haven't seen it, I mean, go see it. I feel like it's pretty rare that people haven't. Um, Outside of my wife, who's it's not really her jam. It's a lot of front-loaded traps on this, a lot of budget. But maybe this is someone who had a lot of speedrunners, so he's just tired. No, thank you. And blow these up because this is not a social. Remember that. Get that in your head, Joe. Got it. Ooh, this is interesting. What do you got? Uh-huh. Let's break this. No, and then we really... let's do it for the XP, though. So, yeah, right off the bat, I would say Breaking Bad. 24 was another really good series I enjoyed. That's a cool Dead Man switch there. I watched the shit out of that with my dad. We'd like work on the house, kind of renovate different parts. And in between breaks when we were like, running wire or putting plumbing in. Trying to figure out if I want to take him out. We'd sit down and we'd be like, oh, let's just watch an episode. And then if you don't know, 24, I don't know if it's lasted the test of time. But it's a show that's like the ultimate cliffhanger. Everything's counting down. And so me and my dad would like start one and then we'd watch like 8 or like a season and we wouldn't get anything done and everyone would get mad at us and my family, like my mom. That one I have a lot of memories of like devoting a lot of time to. I'm currently watching Mandalorian. Big Star Wars fan. All of us in the family are. And when I thought IG-88 was going to show up, I'm big into the lore of Star Wars. I love reading up on the different things. And if you haven't already, and you're into the Mandalorian, check out just the culture of Mandalorians, the whole religion. It's really interesting. They have kind of a duo god system where their good version, if you want to call it that. Let me just think of how to do this one here. Maybe, honestly, just like this. Get 3? Yeah. That was a good grenade. Did I get this one too? Oh, wow. That's an interesting one. I want to trigger this just to see how it performs. Oh, yeah, that launches up there. I've never seen one down low, so that's kind of cool. Mandalorian, like the culture itself, they have 2 gods. One is one that constantly improves himself through conflict, which actually, now that I think about it, is like right up my alley. And their devil or their evil kind of counterpart is the god of laziness, which is kind of interesting. It's not someone who like inflicts horrible things on other people. It's like stagnation and complacency and not improving yourself. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure someone here is much better versed in it than I am. They kind of believe because okay, I'm getting off topic here. I'm sorry. All right, back to the movies. I was just about to go into like Star Wars lore. So on Mandalorian, you saw that IG model. I thought that was IG-88, but I think it's a different. I think it's like IG-11 or something. IG-88 is like a really cool character, and I'm excited to see him somehow make a return. Big fan of him. Really cool bounty hunter. His backstory is really, really cool. If you're just looking for something to look up IG-88. Really awesome. Other series. Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was a sleeper. Both my wife and I watched, and we were kind of like dating, I think, and we just like picked it up because we were like, let's check it out. That series is great for kids, but shit, is it good for adults? I mean, you got some adult themes up in that. I did not get that, dude. That sucks. So we'll do that. It's probably got some weird stuff in here, I would think. It's a very weird one to me. Ah, I think I'm starting to understand a little bit better. Wow. Yeah, there was a lot there, huh? That one was like pretty deep. It caught us both by surprise. Some of the themes. I'll protect you, Harv. Rip. Sorry, brother. I could not pick that up. Love the characters in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Uncle Iroh, one of my favorite, probably my favorite fictional character of any out there, and I mean that. Just an absolute G. Adventure Time was kind of in that similar vein of shows. I know that's more kid oriented. Again, I watched that before I ever had kids, and that is some adult themes in there between the Mushroom War and you guys figure out what that was, and just it's a sad series, and it disguises itself as like a fun comedy, but it's kind of got a lot of tragic characters in it, and it's really good. It's kind of compelling. Good movies. Uh, City of God is always the one when my buddies ask like what my favorite movie is, comes to my head. It's not a movie I see often. I think I've seen it twice. But it was a movie I uh, saw and was like, holy shit, man. It's a really good, I think it's made in South America. Uh, I would recommend you see it. It's just it did a lot of things I hadn't seen before. Really enjoyed it. The 28 days later, 28 weeks later, those were fun. Really like those. Planet of the Apes, the new ones, love those. Paranormal Activity, Conjuring, Insidious, those are big ones for me and my wife. We love the scary stuff. So those are really good series, or movies, I should say. Um, Equilibrium was another one, and I know people call that like Walmart Matrix, and I think that's really funny. But that one's pretty good. It's got Christian Bale in it, and they kind of do a good job of illustrating kind of a dystopian future where emotion has kind of been removed and why it's kind of an issue. I don't really want that, so I'm not going to take it. Um, so that one's got kind of a. I don't know if that's aged well. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I enjoyed that one. What was that one? That one was unique for sure. I'll give it an artistic, and it was. He had some. What the heck is this? Do I hit the button and it does it? Oh. Well, that's kind of cool, I guess. Didn't think I needed to, but hey, more options are always good, right? Uh-huh. Hey, we're getting there, by the way. I'm stoked to I'm stoked to try to push to masters. I think that's going to be fun. Definitely doable. How many did we die on that one? 0. Good. So yeah, as far as movies, Paranorman was another one. I love the stop motion, Coraline, all those. Probably from the Nightmare Before Christmas days, which I'm also a huge fan of. Stand By Me was a movie I watched a lot as a kid. Both Rob and I would play Heroes of Might and Magic on the computer, and we had like a small little shitty TV nearby with like a built-in VCR, and we'd plug that in, and we'd probably watch that movie like, not even kidding you, like 80 plus times, just because we'd play it. We'd be playing Heroes of Might and Magic 3, and then when it got to the end, we'd rewind it and just hit play. So it was on in the background in between, like we were taking turns on the hot seat. Love that one. Those are like good movies and good series. The things I really enjoy now, I touch on this a lot. This is a really cool theme, by the way. This looks really awesome. I like this a lot. This Egyptian feel. Are really bad movies. I get a blast. I have a blast watching those, and that's kind of become our pastime. A lot of me and my friends just like bad stuff we can laugh at. Wow, these are really bad hollow cubes. What is it? Flame. Okay. Yeah, this one unfortunately is just a waste, and this is such a costly trap that not sealing it up with something like even this is just kind of your burning budget. I think. Oh, I should probably get that. It's not a big deal. There's a tomb around here somewhere, but I'm not overly concerned. This looks like a honeypot trap here. Not really sure I understand this one. Should probably stop trying to analyze it. But the really bad movies I've gotten into, Velocipaster, which is on, I think Amazon will do like share parties. Bombs, okay. And, but really, really fun ones to get into if you're looking for like bad movies. Be like, what do you mean by so bad they're fun? Hard Ticket to Hawaii, fucking hilarious. Whoops, what is that? Bombs? Wow, look at those bounce, man. Holy shit! I almost want to die to make sure that's got the chaos mod. Hard Ticket to Hawaii, really really funny one. Samurai Cop, Troll 2. Make sure it's Troll 2, not Troll 1. Troll 2 is fucking hilarious. You don't piss on hospitality is like one of my favorite lines. The Room is kind of the one that breaks a lot of people in. If you enjoy The Room and the uncomfortableness and watching other people be like, what the fuck is this thing? Then you're well on your way to being the type of person I am, which is someone who just really enjoys bad stuff. Manos, The Hands of Fate. That one was a really bad one. It was made by a dude who was friends with a director, and basically that's a good spot. I like that. Who was friends with the director, and basically was like, I could make a, movie, no problem. And the director's like, no, you can't, dude. It takes a lot of shit. And he's like, I can do it and blah, blah, blah with so much money. And he did. Wow, this is a really interesting room. All of this is very, like, I guess I'm not doing a great job, though, either, of, like, checking everything out, which I should. But basically, oh boy. Wow, that was lucky. I'm just going to be real about that. And I wanted to get that before it fell, but I guess it's not a big deal. He bet him that he couldn't make a movie, and he did, with like under budget. And Torgal? What's his name? Or I think it's Torgal. Manos is like manservant. That guy was high on LSD the entire time in that movie. It's like a trivia thing. What is this? I'm so confused. It's just like be loud or look cool. Because it's interesting for sure. I just don't understand it. So Torgal or Torval, he's high in it for the entire time. And like they paid him like chump change, and I think he committed suicide shortly after, which is kind of tragic. But he is fucked up in that movie. Manos, The Hands of Fate, he is like trashed on drugs during the whole time they're filming. And he did complete the movie, and it's utter shit, but technically he won the bet because he completed the movie. But those are the kind of ones we're into. I think the worst of those, if anyone's curious, just because we're on the topic of movies, of like if you were like, what's the worst one you've seen? All of my friends have different oh, I thought that was a Dead Man Switch one for a second. It's kind of cool though. Like that was good. Mine is Birdemic. I own it because it's so bad. I watched it with a buddy of mine, and we watched it again with like the commentary from the director, and that guy just got wrecked, I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna kind of run through this, I think. Yeah, he's really about the exit ones, huh? We watched through it with the director, and a lot of his commentary was kind of funny because you could just tell he like didn't know what the fuck he was doing, which is really funny to me. And people have tried to like, imitate it, and it's hard because the kind of movies I like now. I mean, I like good movies. Don't get me wrong. Artistic. It's fun. The kind of movies I like now are directors who really thought they were doing a great job and like really fell short because they were just so out of touch. Like Tommy Wiseau and The Room, And if you've seen The Disaster Artist, which is kind of like a biopic on that, people are telling him like, dude, Tommy, this is like not good. Like Americans don't talk like this. And he's like, fuck you guys. This is how they talk. This is how they act. And I guess he just wasn't listening to any of the natives around here. And it made for a really fucking hilarious and awkward movie where you're like, what is going on? The dialogue is just like, no one would ever talk or like act like this. And it's really funny because I guess he was like, no, it's my movie. I'm going to make it how I want. And he did. And it's, he's like, it's going to be a great movie. Everyone's going to love it, and he was delusional. Absolutely. But he kind of like manifest destinied it, right? Because it ended up being really popular, and it's a movie I think about a lot and I do enjoy. So was he wrong? I don't know. I feel like I've been here. It's a very I've done this exact shooting, but maybe it's just 3 people high up, you know. It's just whatever. So I like movies where the people really try, and they just kind of fall short. That's, you know, I don't want to be like, oh, I love laughing at people's failure. I like, and it's not that. I like laughing at how out of touch people can be. It's fascinating more than to me than anything. You know, when I'm looking at the movie and I'm going, wow, like how could you, you know, think this was okay? And it's even better when they're like arrogant about them, like, and they're, you know, they're talk about it and they're like, stop asking me these questions. It's a great movie. If you don't like it, fuck off. And you're like, oh, this is awesome. But people have kind of, you know, you've seen maybe Sharknado, and that's kind of a lean into like, hey, we're making a bad movie. It's good. I don't check those out as much. I think you can do it, definitely, but it's hard. And if you're doing it on purpose, it kind of loses some of the fun for me. Because I'm looking for like kind of a tragedy, you know, someone really trying to like go hard and just not, you know, maybe they weren't respecting that it's a, you know, it takes a lot to make a movie. You have to have, you know, good direction. You have to have a good story. You have to have people who can act out that stuff. You have to have the special effects that make it look not like you're warding off drawn birds with a coat hanger, which is Birdemic too, by the way. Yeah, I kind of figured. I don't know why I didn't check there, but I felt it in my bones. So those are kind of the stuff we're into. We have a whole list of that was really good. I'm just gonna assess that. I thought this was a flat. That's good. Maybe the blue drew me. Yeah. Overall, good trap. Okay, we got another one up there. This one won't get us. So more along those lines. I really like those type of things. Okay, we're here. Is this a brutal? I feel like some of these brutals are pretty short. But yeah, that's definitely where I'm at. I love the really so bad they're good. And there are a lot out there, and I've checked out a lot of them. And if you guys want, I can provide you the list. Oh my gosh, and I never put a fucking respawn thing because I'm an arrogant piece of shit and I deserve that death. All right, we'll run through. That's okay. Just mad at myself more than anything. So I can show you the list that we've kind of made and you know, graded different ones if you're interested. One of my actually my cousin she's like, I want to put these together and like build a strip. God, these get me so good. I think she's doing a little more like making it a little more organized because it's just like on a notepad on my computer that like at the end I ask them, you know, what they all, you know, rate it. But it's a fun thing, and if it's something you find you like after checking out a couple of those movies, you got to watch them with someone else, because one, you need people to be like, oh my god, I need to know someone else you know, saw that with me, so I'm not alone. But also you'll be like, hey, do you want to check out some more of these? And they just are fun, man. And if you're like drinking, or, you know, it's a good like Friday activity, Friday night, Saturday night kind of thing, when people, because you're just chilling. And you can do it on, we do it on Prime watch party. So as long as you have like an Amazon Prime, that's bad. You can kind of share play it, or have a watch party rather. Real bad. Really bummed at myself that I'm missing these easy shots. That's okay. I'm really also mad that I gave this guy a kill, which I really shouldn't have, but that's part of the walking and talking. Man, I am just, I need to collect myself, you know? I'm doing a great job here. But yeah, you know, and especially when you grade them, like anytime you add numbers to anything, by the way, it's that same fudging one, man. Almost got me. Okay. Just take a minute. You're overwhelmed because you're thinking of movies, and you need to play the game. You know, anytime you add like tallies or just track things with numbers, it becomes fun. It's like a, you know, because you have like a score or you have like a running tab or whatever, even if it's for like something pointless. Like how many times have I picked up bread? Like if you start a count and after like 300, you're like 301 today, you know, you can make it out of anything. And it's just kind of a fun thing to like do. So, and I love seeing people's different opinions on different things, as you guys probably know. So that's kind of a fun pastime activity that I would highly recommend to you guys. And on that same note, I would like, if you do have, if you guys have like a favorite, right. Have like a favorite movie, like, I'm trying to think, because, wow, you know, maybe this wasn't the one to talk on, honestly. I'd like to know some of the ones that you've seen. Like, if you were like, what is your favorite movie? Not so much TV shows, because not that I'm not interested in that. I don't think I have time for TV shows. Ooh, right at the end. You made it all the way there, Harv. One more. I was expecting one there. That was deadly and ingenious, both, honestly. Straight up. Yeah, if you guys have some movies that you think are a little more obscure, I've seen a good amount, but you know, there's a chance I haven't. And if you have like a favorite one or two with the genre you could put next to it, I'd be really interested in kind of seeing those, especially from different countries. If there's like, you know, one that allows for like an English dub or something, I'm looking for those. Bridge and I'll. That's my wife's name. Mistakes were made, but hey, it's too late now. Bridge and I'll watch. You know, different movies. Like we have like a couple days out of the week where we just like sit down and try and like watch a show or something. So if there's a movie or ooh, kind of want to go into that. I'm just gonna do that. I know I should stop now. It's 21 minutes and I gotta go make dinner here in a little bit. It's my turn tonight. But yeah, if you guys have any movies that you really like, your favorites, go ahead and throw them in the comments, and I'll add them in. Oh man, did I choose poorly? Oh wait, is this the second wave base, you think? Are we gonna see this in real time? That would be a hell of a end cap to this. Ah, single lick, huh? Tell you what we'll do. Oh, Harvey. Harvey almost ruined my day. Okay. But yeah, I'd be sorry, Harv. Going down, I went down instead of up. Not the bright. But yeah, comment them in the genre. Just so I get an idea. You don't have to necessarily you know, describe them in great detail. But if you're like, man, this is a movie I really love. That was a little bit not good. Do that right now. All right. Well, if you're going to give me the opportunity. Thanks. What is going on with all of that? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. What was that? What'd you say? He had like an out. Yeah, they're not stored guys. The guys were a cool fight. I'll give it a fun. But yeah, if you have any movies, comment yours below. And just a genre. You know, there's not many I don't like. I'm trying to think if there is, so I can kind of save you some time. But I'm always looking for new movies, and especially if you're like, hey, out of all the ones I've watched, like this is probably the one I love best. And if I haven't seen it, I'm gonna check that out because anytime someone tells me their favorite, I'm like, it's got to be pretty good. And I'm pretty open-minded, so there isn't much I won't check out at least. All right, cool.